Hi, it's Lonnie. Welcome to Grace Blossoms for You. Today I want to do hashtag 12 on 12, which is an open collaboration hosted by Penny at Penny's Crafty Creations. And what we do is on the 12th of each month, we post an altered envelope. And I'm going to veer off the prompt just a little bit because the theme for August is harvest, and I'm working on a fruit journal right now, so I'm going to borrow or alter the theme just a little bit, although not really, because you do harvest fruit. So, and there's lots of fruit that's ripe right now. So what I want to do is kind of take this flap of the envelope. I'm going to put this in my journal, and I was thinking of smooshing that, I don't know the technical term, all the way to the end, and then kind of like a ruffle, maybe not as precise as a ruffle, but you know, sometimes you can make things on the go too. Alright, so let's see if my bionic hot glue gun is hot here. And it looks like I am needing glue already. So if you don't watch my channel regularly, please know that I do try to fast forward through parts that maybe not be very interesting or are like a lot of gluing or cutting. So I do value your time, and I appreciate you watching, so thank you for that. Alright, so the way this goes, you just kind of smoosh it. Before it dries, preferably. I'm not too concerned because it's going to look great after everything is kind of attached there. So a few flat spots are not going to matter. I like it flat anyways, so that will work. I got lots of material out. I was, for some reason, thinking of 3 envelopes today, but I'm only going to have 2 signatures, so one might be a trial and error type. And I'll just go right to the edge here. Okay, so that's the pink one. And I've kind of wrecked that, so I'll probably have to put something on there. In fact, it ripped here too, so I might have to do something with that. But for now, the idea is to just alter the flap of it. Then I have some fruit that I watercolored. And not all of these are going to go on this one, but I thought some of them might work color-wise. I did make a bunch of them. Just what would go on green here. I'm thinking of green. I don't really have anything green except for the leaves here. But I was thinking of things like slices of kiwi, which I haven't done yet, but I could. I think the peach one is a little too bright, unless I put it like underneath and it just kind of sticks out. That might be all right. Same with the oranges. Something like that. I'm really enjoying working on this fruit journal. It always surprises me. I start with a theme that I'm not familiar with, and then as I start working with it, it starts to become more fun. So the way I'll do this is just stick this on here. And no, I did not ink anything because I don't know, I'm not really feeling inking for this fruit journal because fruit so far is very bright, and yeah, I don't know, to me the brown inking at least doesn't really go. So what I'll do is skip that for most of the journal. I think I do have some muted pages that are not as bright, but still don't really feel like I want to be inking a whole lot for here. I guess your taste changes over time, because I was not, like when I first started junk journaling, everything had to be inked and coffee dyed, and now I'm more like, no, not so much, doesn't need that. Am I the only one? I can't be the only one that's happened to. And I need something else for the corner there. Time for another cherry. Maybe I'll sneak it in upside down there. Don't want to get it too much over the crease. Because that's going to go into the signature. Something like that. So the material itself doesn't really show, but I mean it does in some spots. Okay, so now what happens if I'm gonna have to trim this down so that it, in fact, I might have to trim it down more than flush. Don't really want to cut the material though, because the material is flexible enough that it can just kind of wrap around. Okay, so that's going to be one. And then what am I going to do here? I have some scraps here. That might not be long enough, or wide enough rather. I have this. I was going to make a page out of this too, but it's not wide enough there. It would have to go in this way. It's kind of hard to tell which side is what. And because I'm trying to save this and use as little as possible, I think what I will do is go in this way. Just make it long enough here. And so what I want to do is I'm going to trace this right there, and then I'm going to attach it, and it will come down to about here. That will be fine. So just trace it. I don't want to draw on the envelope though. Yeah, so how is everyone doing today? I feel like August is just getting away from me. It's only the 12th when I post this, but it still seems to be going really fast. And some of the ink is showing. So I should have cut it on the other side of the line. Oh, still showing. It's very muted, so. And every time I lay it down to glue it, I find more ink lines from the pen. Okay, that's good enough. So I will glue it down there. Maybe I should put some lace underneath there on this side. I will glue this part down first. I will use my Barely Arts. I don't think I've ever decorated an envelope this much before. Hopefully it will work out. And I need to put some paper in there. Okay, so there's the opening. Not quite in the right position at that part, but and it's not quite even. Well, I tried. Now let's see. I found this at the dollar store. And I think I want to use white. Not that it's going to go and be seen on the same page, but if I'm not inking, then I think white would be okay because there's going to be other white in the journal. And the one that I want is not coming up here. It's trapped. Okay, there it is. That's the only thing I don't like about how they wrap these. Now everything else is come undone. Sometimes I just go ahead and put elastic on it so that it stays put. That would be nice too, I guess. But no, I'm going to stick with the white. Okay, let's see. Let's roughly cut off how much I need. And I can put that away. Like I said, they're not going to be together because they're going to be inside of a signature. So if I put that right there, I like that. All right, hot glue now. It might look like a flap, but it isn't. There, kind of a straight line. Okay, so that's that side. And I'll just make sure that I did not glue that shut. All right, so then there's this side here. Wow, that would work. Almost. I'll have to cut it a little bit more. be nice if that worked out. Yeah, it'll cover that spot at least. That'll be good. And I will put the glue over here. In fact, I will glue the whole thing down. Doesn't quite go all the way to the ends, but it's pretty close. And there's a little bit. There's a little bit sticking out at the end here. Okay, so there's that. And then this will be a page on its own. I like this so much, I almost feel like I need it over here too, because this will be a page by itself. It just blends that better, I think. Yeah, so I think this is going to turn out really nicely. Sorry if you hear that lawnmower. We have a park in the back of our place, and they have louder machines and bigger than, you know, your normal lawnmowers, so they're quite loud. And I never know when they're going to be working. So it's really hard to plan around them. I was planning to give this journal away, but now I'm starting to think that maybe I will like it too much. We'll see. All right, so this side is going to need to get a little bit of that hot glue off that's showing there. All right, so this will be inside of a signature. Let's pretend this is a page. So that will be one. The flap itself will be a page on its own. And then on the other side, there will be the envelope. So I think that will work quite nicely. All right, that's the first one done, or that's one done. Let's see, what else? I was thinking I could do the same thing with maybe this stripe. But I also have some blue, and I think the blueberries would look really good on this. And this envelope is intact, so I could just do this part here. I think what would be good though, because it is very flimsy, I was thinking it would be good if I extended that flap a little, and then there would be some music paper showing. Something like that. Maybe I like that better. I don't know. Maybe I need a wider piece. Or I have this ugly paper. That could work. And then I could just trim it. This is paper that I used food dye to color. And I think it looks rather pretty, especially if you think it's going to be a fruit journal. And so this reminds me of blotchy raspberry juice. I used to pick raspberries when I was a kid, and when it got really hot, those raspberries would start to leak. And then when you would run your flat to the scale to be weighed, all the raspberry juice would run down your legs. Yeah, I was not fond of that when I was a kid. But I survived. One of my favorite things about picking raspberries as a kid was that my mom helped me, and she would also earn money for herself. She was quite quick at picking, and so she would help me finish my flats sometimes to give me incentive, I guess. And then the money that I earned during the summer with her help would go to pay for my school supplies. And I appreciate that more so probably now than when I was a youngster. Okay, that didn't go quite to the middle. I tried to move it there, but and it's too late now. It's stuck. Anyways, I think what I'll do is round this off kind of straight at first. I'll go out. And I think I will cut that with my trimmer. Maybe I'll put the flap at 2 inches. That should get me a... Okay, let's do it at 2.5 inches. And then I will round the corners with the big flap, or the big corner rounder. Or not. Oh, that was the wrong side anyways. I need some paper. And that side keeps bending down so it's not getting caught. Well, it's not perfect. Still have a little bit of that cut in there. side is better. All right, so there's that. And then, what was I gonna do? I was going to use this blue and do that scrunching thing again. I might just go right on the edge again, like the lace idea, just to cover up that seam here. And scrunch it. Yeah, so I guess this is a bonus video this week. I don't usually post on Wednesdays, but the 12th is a Wednesday, so I kind of like these threads hanging out here. So I must continue that. And it got kind of skinny over there, so I'm just gonna keep adding some more. Don't want it getting caught on anything though. Okay. And yes, now I think I will do the same thing. I might have to make some more fruit because I wasn't really planning to make so many. The peach goes nice with that yellow there. Maybe I'll do the big one. Well, I seem to be out of fruit that I have prepared, so maybe I'll go with an orange. I think I like that one, or maybe this one. Big orange. And then something like that. Yeah, this watercolor fruit was a great idea, and I watched a tutorial by the Chic artist, and she did quite a bit of fruit. I'm needing another cherry, which I do not have. I was thinking maybe I could cut it. Maybe I will do that. So I'll put one up here, and the blueberries next to that. And need a big strawberry. Cherry, and then another blueberry. Take the biggest one. Like that. The orange, do I want it up top though? Maybe I'll sandwich it like that. All right. Now, to get it in there just like I planned, I think what I'll do is put the middle down, and then I can go from there. Yeah, we don't want that sticking. I should have opened the flap. Okay, I should close that glue. It's about time I cleaned my desk too. It's starting to overflow here. Yeah, this isn't gonna quite cover it either. Oh well. It reaches as far as it reaches. Okay. Then I will just kind of drop some glue in there so it stays better. Okay. Now what? So this will be the more muted side. Most of the colors are fairly bold and bright, but there's some printables that I liked that were a little bit more on the not so lively side. So let's see what happens. Maybe what I could do, especially over here, maybe I could try this just to make it a little more substantial. This is from a napkin. And I had some lighter color too. I wonder if that would work because I kind of ripped it here. Did you know you could make makeshift ruffles out of Kleenex, or rather napkins? It never occurred to me before. Can't really see the underneath now, but okay. That at least shows that there's something back there. I feel like I need to line it though. I keep coming back to this. Let's see. I think I will put it in like this. Too long. Okay. That should be all right. I want it over the line here though. And that might be a bad idea because if it well, I'm going to try it. If it doesn't work, then it doesn't work. I could always add some washi tape later if I need to. Get that on the very edge so it stays down. Trying to get that same seam. Okay, so that will be one side. But that's a page. And that will be one, the flap will be like sticking out there. And then we'll see some music paper. And then on the other side will be this. Now I think I need again something. Maybe I'll do the washi tape now. I don't have any fruit washi tape. But I have some interesting colored ones. I think, yeah, this is from the Dollarama. Some pink would be nice. I like that, but I don't know if it really goes. Purple and orange kind of reminds me of some of the things I have in there. Red, of course, would work because I have one that has hearts on it, and it's kind of gingham like. That will work. Okay. Yeah, dollar store for washi tape. Who knew? My husband actually found that. I love taking him shopping because he finds things that I don't even see. Like last night at Walmart. Was it last night? The night before, I think. Not that it matters. I was looking around for something little, something cute. And I was in the ribbon section. And I didn't really see anything. Oh, I saw lots of things, but I was about to walk away and he grabs this ribbon that has music notes on it. I'm like, that's perfect. So, if he hadn't have... I was so excited I actually knocked it out of his hand, or he knocked it out of mine as I was trying to put it in the cart. Alright, so I have that washi on there. And I think that will be okay. That will be the one side of the page and the other side. It's not quite dry yet, so that will have to sit. Alright, so that's all I'm going to do. Just 2 envelopes. I think that's plenty And I don't know, I had a lot of fun doing that, so I hope you had fun watching. And thanks for joining me today. I'll see you again next time. Bye for now.